Hi, everyone. Welcome. We'll just give people a couple of minutes to get in.
Sylvia, just a quick note. I think you're broadcasting on the English channel.
okay. So maybe I think it's slowing down a little bit. So we can start slowly, and of course, people can join as we go on. First of all, welcome everyone. I'm Kerry James. I'm Chief Executive here at the World Hepatitis Alliance, and welcome to this webinar about how to write a powerful abstract, especially for WHA members. So we're really pleased to have you all here. Please introduce yourselves in the chat. That would be fantastic. This webinar is being recorded. On the bottom, you'll find a chat function and a Q&A function. Although, oh no, I can see the Q&A. It's good. And we do have interpretation in both French and Spanish. So on the bottom, either on the bottom or in the More button, you'll find the interpretation area. So just choose the language that you want to hear your audio in, and it'll switch back and forth to make sure that you're always hearing audio in that language. Next slide, please. So we've got a great agenda for you. We'll talk about what an abstract is and how it matters. Then Raquel, say hi, Raquel.
Hi, everyone.
Raquel's going to show you the platform, the online platform, and how you go about filling it in. And then Viola, say hi, Viola.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all.
And Viola is going to talk about the member travel awards. I'm sure many people are interested in. So this is the support that we give to members for every summit. So you can attend the summit, and we'll provide travel and accommodation and free registration. And the way these two things are linked is in order to apply for a travel award, you must submit an abstract. And this is very important. If you don't submit an abstract and you apply, you won't be considered. So it's very, very important that you submit an abstract, which is why we're having the webinar today. Then we'll go through some key dates, and then we'll have some extra Q&A, but I think we'll probably pause in between each one just to see if anyone has any questions or comments, because it's three very different things. But then we'll have some time at the end for any closing discussion or questions. And of course, you can also use the Q&A function on the bottom throughout. Okay, so let's get started. So what is an abstract? So an abstract is a summary of a research project often, but it can also be a summary of a project or an activity and in this case, the abstract is for a conference, the World Hepatitis Summit. You also see the word abstract used in journal articles, which provides a summary of the main paper. But today we're really just talking about writing an abstract for a conference. And it's an opportunity at the World Hepatitis Summit to showcase your work to the global hepatitis community. And accepted abstracts will either be featured as an oral presentation. So that means you'll be in front of the room presenting slides about your abstract in one of the summit sessions, or as a poster, which means that you'll be listed on the digital poster screens. They'll be on the app. And some people will also be invited to present their poster during the breaks. So for those you stand next to your poster, people come and stand around, and you can present your data. So it's just a little bit of a shortened version of what you would have if you would have an oral presentation. Next slide, please. So there's several categories that you can submit an abstract for. We just highlighted some of the ones here that might be more relevant to community organizations. But of course, you're free to submit an abstract on any of the categories. So advocacy, awareness, and education, I mean, that's a lot of the work that you guys do every day. So if you want to talk about a project at your organization or a program of work that you're currently doing, and you want that to be highlighted, that's a great category to use. Combating stigma and discrimination, again, something many of us do on a daily basis. Be great to capture some of that work and share it so people can learn from it. So we really encourage people to fill out abstracts from that. Financing for viral hepatitis, innovations. So if you're doing something new or innovative, or you're doing something in a different way, you're trying something different and it's been really successful, this is a great category to apply in. And there's a special, big section just for community-led initiative. So that's perfect. Integration. So if you're also doing HIV work or TB work or other kinds of work, this is a good category for you. Next slide. Partnership. So I know lots of you work in partnership with either your local public health or other organizations. There's a category for that. PMTCT, very important. The power and impact of lived experience. So this is really custom made for WHA members. So you can write an abstract about how your organization uses peers, uses community members to do your very important work. So this is a good one. The role of data and surveillance. A lot of people do community-based data or contribute to their national or local data collection. So that's a good thing to talk about there. And universal health coverage, person-centered approaches, all those kinds of initiatives that are actually placing hepatitis within the wider healthcare space and not just as a siloed concern. And also, you'll see when we go through the platform, once you choose your category, then you can also choose up to 5 keywords, so people can search on the app or on the digital screens to help find things. So if your abstract pertains to hepatitis B, you can tag it as hepatitis B, and then when someone searches on the app for all the abstracts about hepatitis B, then yours will come up. Next slide, please. So here's some key points to remember. Just try to make sure that your topic really fits the call and fits the category. I think we try to be as flexible as possible, especially with civil society-led ones, but just make sure that that you apply in the correct category. Include all information required. So if there's any kind of categories or keywords, just be sure you fill everything out completely. Follow the guidelines on how to format a proposal and stick closely to the word count. Use short, clear sentences. Make every single word count. Every sentence should serve a purpose. So don't worry about trying to write very long, academic sounding sentences with lots of big words. We just want to know what the project is, why it was important, and what's going to happen next. So you don't need any kind of, academic or fancy language to do that. And don't forget the deadline. And we'll talk about the deadline later. And so then once your abstract is submitted, then they will be reviewed by a panel of experts. And what those reviewers will be looking for is clarity. Like we said before, make sure there's a clear statement of why the work is significant or why it matters. Structure, to try to stick to the structure of the abstract in terms of the different sections. Originality, we love original projects, original ideas. So make sure that you not only describe your project, but also bring out why it's different, why it was special. That's really important. Relevance, always tie it back to, the hepatitis goals or the goals of your area. Like, why was this important? So why is it different? Why is it original? Why is it important? Why is it contributing to your local hepatitis response? And for the methods, just make sure that you really describe well the methods. If you did any data collection, maybe you didn't collect data, maybe it's just more an observational abstract, that's absolutely fine. But if you did, just make sure that that's kind of very clearly set out. And then if you did any kind of analysis of data, just to make sure that's fully and clearly explained. Next slide, please. Okay, so I'm going to pass over to Raquel, who's going to talk about the website and how to submit your abstract. But maybe I'll just wait 1 second to see if anyone has any questions just on what we've talked about so far. Can't actually see the Q&A box. If you do, just raise your hand and we can unmute your mic, or we can also save your questions to the end or put them in the Q&A. Okay, well, let's move on then. Raquel, take it away.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Hi, everyone again. My name is Raquel, and I'm the Senior Events Coordinator at WHA, and I'm here today to show you how to submit an abstract for the World Hepatitis Summit 2026. I will guide you through the submission portal. The link to the portal can be found in the chat, or you can access it via our website, as I'm showing on the screen right now. You have all the links that you need, all the information in here, or also in our social media posts, and emails as well, newsletter. So if you have any question, you can please put in the chat and we will answer them during the Q&A or after my session as well. So please make sure that you read the guidelines. So I'm open now the guidelines so you can get familiar with. So the guideline has all the information, but I will walk you through some of the most important steps in this presentation, just so you know the guidelines provide you everything, the links to download the template, the link to access the portal and everything. So first, I'm gonna start showing you some information for you to use when you start drafting your abstract. This is the template to follow, and please keep in mind this is the 6 topics that you need to use when you draft. So the first thing is the background, so the hypothesis to be tested or description of the problem or activity. So describe key objectives of your abstract. The methods, describe the methods used or approach taken, and then specific results, arguments, outcomes, and then conclusion and lesson learned. So a summary of key takeaways from your work. And then in the end, disclose of interest statements. So statement of any potential conflict of interest that you might have. So there are 5 steps to share your abstract with us, and you need to complete both. So now I'm gonna share with you the submission portal. So you can access the submission portal with the link that is on the chat or on the website, as I showed you before. This is the main page. Let me show you that. So when you access the portal, that's the page that you're gonna see. So, but before I show you the portal, I recommend this whole process is starting by filling out the abstract template. So the template will be also shared on the chat, but also can be downloaded on the website. So this is the Word template that you have to use when you draft. As I showed you before, you have all the 6 topics to be completed here. So once you start filling the template, so make sure you follow the font size, the word limits, how to add abbreviation, submit the content in English, so this is very important, and follow the template structure as I'm showing here. You can also add charts, graphics, and image in this document if you want. So this is the template that I will show you later that you have to upload on the submission portal. Let me go back to here. So when you now that you complete filling out the template, I will start showing the submission portal. So you can submit multiple abstracts using the same account. You don't need to create different accounts. First, create an account using by entering your email address. And let me just sign off and I will show you here. Sorry. Here we go. So you add your email and hold on, this is not working now. I'm so sorry. Here we go. So once you add your email and create your password, you're gonna access the page. The next step will be to create a contact profile, which is done in the contact information tab. Just gonna show you that. So you can see that I already added my details, but I'm going to show you how the page looks like. After create a contact, additional tabs will appear that will enable you to upload and submit an abstract. I will show you that later. Before entering your contact and personal details, you will be asked to provide your consent for data processing, which is in this page. I will show you here. So you just click give consent and press next. And then this is the contact details page where you add your name, surname, position, organization, email address, all the details. In the contact details, your contact details will be linked to your abstract and used for communication. So please double check your contact details. And also just want to let you know that you're gonna be asked to complete this page just once. So you also have a couple of other questions here to answer: career level, and indicate the best category, best describe your work, your place of work. And then you press submit, and then you can start submitting your abstract. So now that you create your profile, press continue, as I said, on the bottom of the page, and then you can start the submission. On this page, you can see all the additional information that you needed to provide. So you can see abstract title here. So it's a maximum of 100 characters or 14 to 20 words. So the next page will be the category and keywords. So those are the categories that Carrie just mentioned before. You can just come here and select the one that is more appropriate for your abstract, and then select up to 5 keywords in here. So you can say, press continue, and then go to the next page, which is author and affiliation. On this page, you will need to add all the abstract authors, including their respective affiliation. This is also where you will indicate who will present the abstract if your abstract is selected. I'm going to show you how it looks like. So here you can see my affiliation, which is the organization that I initially put on my contact details, World Hepatitis Alliance. So, and then here you can see my name. I click that I will be the presenter, so you can select here. And this is the affiliation number 1. If you needed to add other authors, you can add the details here, and or even select as a presenter as well, and then add the number. This person is based on affiliation number 1. But you can also add another affiliation if you need, for example. And then if this person works in 2 different places, you can just come here and add it 1, comma, 2. So, and this is the part that you add all the information about authors and affiliation, which is organization, as I mentioned before. So, so after that, you will need to write a short bio, maximum of 50 words, about who is presenting the abstract. So you press continue, and then you go to the next step, which is to is the abstract upload. So here is where you're going to upload your complete abstract template that I showed you before. So you can just come here and select your file and press continue. You will need to okay, so now so this is the abstract upload. So now we can come to additional information, which is the final questions that we ask you. The first question here, you will need to copy and paste. I'm just going to go back to the template. Whatever information that you put in this session here on the template, you just copy and paste and copy in this box here. Exactly the same information. So this is the two-step where we're going to see your abstract information. And then a few more questions to answer. Confirm whether your abstract has been submitted or published elsewhere. Make sure all authors have approved the submission. And then disclose any conflict of interest if there is one. And finally, there is a question to answer if you want to be considered for abstract scholarship. This is the question here. The abstract scholarship are for those who submit abstracts from low and middle income countries. Scholarship will be awarded for the 13 highest qualifying abstract and we will be supporting the awardees to attend the summit in person to give an oral presentation. So if you want to be considered, you can just come here and select a yes. You also have an option in this page to upload up to 2 additional files if you want, apart from the template that you already upload. So if you want just to share any extra information with us. Once you have filled everything in, the next step is to review your submission. As you can see here, because I haven't filled out all the boxes and didn't answer all the questions, the system will let you know if anything is missing and incomplete. So you make sure that you check everything is completed, and then you will be ready to submit your abstract in the end. And then you can just press continue. So in all these steps that I showed you before, you have an option to save your submission as a draft. If you need more time to complete, or just press continue, and then when it's all ready, you can just come to this page and submit an abstract. I hope that this is a lot of information. I know it does a different process, but when you guys log into the portal and read the guidelines, that will make more sense. But be free to ask any questions and now if you guys have some. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions, any clarification questions for Raquel just before we go on to the information about the member travel award? I mean, I think a lot of it will make more sense once you're actually on the platform and you can see. But yes, please, Dr. Simon, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, very good presentation. Good afternoon, everybody from here. My question is on the issue of submitting the abstract. What if after the project, you send it for review, but if not publish it, and you still submit the abstract to this organization? So what will be the position of that abstract?
So you've submitted it somewhere else, but you haven't heard back. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
That's fine. We're not very strict on if it's been published somewhere else. I know it's a question on the application, but I think we just want our members to share their work as much as possible. So even if it was presented at another conference, we would still consider it for the summit, and there wouldn't be any like negative influence of the decision. So yeah, please do feel free to submit, of course.
It's
Thanks.
all right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Any other questions? And just to be super clear, so when Raquel was talking about abstract scholarship on the form, that is separate from the travel award, the completely different thing. So even if you were, because we can't give everyone who applies for a travel award a place, but even if you weren't didn't receive a travel award, you could still, if your abstract is submitted, you could win a scholarship. So you could still get support for travel, accommodation, everything through the scholarship. So make sure that when you get to that point, you say yes, even if you are also applying for the member travel award. Yes, analysis, measuring success, all the kind of same thing. Let's see, I don't know if there's any other questions in the chat, but if not, I'm sure you're all eager to hear about the travel award, so I'm going to hand over to Viola.
Hi, everyone. So I believe most of you know me by now, but for those of you who don't, my name is Viola, and I'm the Membership and Administration Officer here at WHA. I am thrilled to share with you some very exciting news. The World Hepatitis Alliance is delighted to offer a limited number of WHA member travel awards for the World Hepatitis Summit 2026. So this award is exclusively for our members, and it's different to the abstract scholarship. This is a great opportunity for our members to attend in person and have their travel and accommodation covered. Only one person per member organization can apply for either fully funded or partially funded travel award to attend WHS 2026 in person. This is a great chance to join global hepatitis community and make your voice heard. So as I already mentioned, we are offering two types of member travel awards. First one is fully funded, and this one includes return economy flight ticket to Bangkok, 3 nights accommodation in style of bed and breakfast, and also complimentary registration. And the second option is partially funded travel award, where you can decide whether you would like to have your return economy flights covered together with the complimentary registration, or if you would rather have 3 nights accommodation in style of bed and breakfast and complimentary registration. I would like to go to the eligibility criteria. So to be considered for WHA Member Travel Award, we have 4 criteria. First one, as we know, is to submit an abstract. And I believe this webinar has helped you and maybe given you some ideas. But please, if you have any questions, just write them down to the Q&A section, or we can answer them at the end of this webinar. But also, if you think of something after the webinar, please do email us on summit@worldhepatitisalliance.org. We will put the email address into the chat, even though many of you probably know it. The second criteria is to be an active WHA member. So if your organization became a member before January 2025, you must have participated in at least 2 activities of WHA. If your organization joined after January 2025, we ask that you participated in at least 1 activity in 2025, which really is quite generous because we had so many surveys and webinars. However, everyone still has a chance to increase their activity because we have series of great webinars coming to celebrate the World Hepatitis Day that will focus on a range of topics. One of them is community forum, where everyone gets a chance to share their experience. This one will be on Friday, 25th of July, and I will be there, and I really hope I will get to see as many of you as possible. So please keep an eye on your emails and also on our social media, where we will be sharing all upcoming events, webinars, and activities. Criteria number 3, provide thorough and well-considered answers to the application questions. So as you can imagine, we have over 400 members, so these awards are highly competitive, and I can share this with you. The particular attention will be given to your responses to the 3 final questions. So I would really like to encourage you, please do not rush it. Take your time to complete this application and answer it thoughtfully, but also within the word count, please. The final criteria is to hold a valid international passport to travel to Thailand, or to be able to obtain this passport in time for the WHS 2026. I would like to also repeat that only 1 person per member organization can apply. WHA members are eligible for 1 complimentary registration per organization for WHS 2026. And this registration can be used for in-person or virtual place. Should you choose to attend in person, you will be responsible for covering all costs related to your trip, unless obviously your application for WHA Member Travel Award is successful. Please also note that organizations that received WHA Member Travel Awards are not eligible for an additional complimentary registration. So this means all member organizations will receive only 1 complimentary registration per organizations, whether you won the award or not. So if you would like more registrations, you will have to purchase them, but they will be on discounted civil society rate, and we will be sharing more information about this in a due time. Now I would like to share some key dates with you to make sure that you don't miss this great opportunity, because we would love to see as many of you as possible. So the abstract submissions as well as Member Travel Award will close on 17th of September 2025 at 11:59 p.m. British Summer Time. So please make sure you submit your application and your abstracts by the 17th of September. We will be notifying WHA Member Travel Awardees on 3rd of November, and we will be sharing the complimentary codes for all our members on the 5th of November. Please, if you don't hear from us by 10th of November, message us after. So wait until the 10th of November if you haven't heard from us, and then let us know. We will, you know me, I try to notify all members as soon as I can to make sure everyone has the information. So I will work hard so you all are notified as soon as we have the outcomes. And we will also be notifying our authors, and that will be on week commencing 1st of December 2025. So that's all from me. If you have any questions, please either write them into the Q&A section or raise your hand, and I will be happy to answer it. If there are no questions, I will pass it
Thank
back
you
to
so
Kari.
much. Yes. Well, I mean, please raise your hand. I'm sure there will be some questions.
Oh, there is Duke.
Yeah, Duke, please. Duke, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Viola, for that. Yeah, my name is Duke Sangara. I'm from LVZT Health in Kenya. So my question is, in case somebody writes 2 abstracts for the conference, are applying for the travel grant. So do they choose 1 abstract title, or somebody can make 2 applications under 1 individual from an organization? Thanks.
Want me to answer that? Sorry, there was a little bit of trouble with my audio, but I think what the question was, if you submit 2 abstracts, can you submit 2 applications for a travel award? Was that the question?
Yes, that is correctly captured.
Yeah. No, you can submit as many abstracts as you want, but each organization can only apply for 1 travel award. Also worth pointing out that the requirement is just to submit an abstract. It's not required that it's approved, although I'm sure all of your abstracts will be approved. But if for some reason it's not approved, that you can still get a travel award. The requirement is just that you submit an abstract. It's not that the abstract is accepted. Patricia, hello.
Hello, nice to see you, and
Yeah.
Hi,
thanks for the
Patricia.
information. Hi. I would like to know if we have the opportunity of see again this webinar, because I don't know if Latin American people is here. So if for them to can see these instructions.
Sure. I think we well definitely can post a recording. And I think we can post a recording in Spanish as well, can't we, Ben?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Henry. And I hope
No
to see
worries.
you in Thailand.
Yeah, that would be great. Mohammed, please. Hello. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, I hear me.
Hello. Yes, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
I'm
Hi.
Abdullah Abshir from South Somalia Station of Social Work, especially live in Somalia. I have one question to this session. That question is, what makes an abstract stand out in the WHA member travel award selection process? That is my question.
So, I mean, I think like we said before, like creativity, like showing that what you're doing is different and showing that it makes a difference, I think are very important. But I should just say that again, it's just the fact that you submitted an abstract meets the criteria or one of the criteria for the travel award. So it doesn't need to be accepted or anything else. So we're not going to critique your abstract to decide whether you're going to get the travel award.
Thank you so
For
much.
the scholarship, so that's separate. So there's several different ways to get travel and accommodation supplied for the summit. So one way is the travel award. The second way is through the abstract scholarships. And we'll also be having a community impact program accelerator group, which is a small group training, and there'll probably be about 12 or 13 members on that as well. So you'll also see details of that coming up. But
Okay.
yeah, so
Thank you so
please
much.
make your abstracts as strong as possible, but whether your abstract is approved or not doesn't make a difference in whether you receive the award.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions or comments? I know
think
this is really important.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna jump in and answer some of the questions in the chat. Someone asked about can organizations submit to more than one abstract? Yes, I mentioned before the organization can apply multiple abstracts. So there is also another question. Where can we find the question for the travel grant, the WHA Travel Award submission? So we can put the link in the chat. On the summit website, we have a page for the travel award. I think that's all I can see right now.
Yes, I will be sending the link for the travel award application in the chat very shortly. I'm just opening the link.
So there's another question in the Q&A that says, what happens if your abstract is not approved? Does it mean you can't attend the summit? No, the approval of the abstract doesn't make any difference for the travel award. I mean, the way that the travel awards are, because we can't provide a travel award for every single person that applies, because generally we have more people apply than we have awards. So what we do is we take the number of awards and we allocate them according to each region, according to how many members we have in the region. And then if we have more applications than places, we choose them at random. We use a lottery system, and then like the right number of people are chosen at random to have to receive the scholarships. Because unfortunately, we're not able to well, it depends how many people apply, but I have a feeling that we'll have more applications than we will have places, unfortunately. But we're always working to be able to increase the numbers that we can give. So we really want to make sure we can give as many opportunities as possible for our members to attend in a supported way. But of course, you can attend if you can, if you can pay for your own travel and your own accommodation, of course, you can attend the summit, and you will still get a free registration, even if you don't get the award. I mean, you can submit, an organization can submit as many abstracts as you want, but only one of them will count for the travel award. And you submit your abstract as an individual, not as a organization. So, or an organization can submit as many as you want, but you can only apply for one travel award. Patricia, again, please.
Thank you. The abstract award, what is the difference with the travel award?
So the abstract scholarship is based on the quality of the abstract. So once we have all the abstracts in, the highest scoring ones are evaluated by a panel, and then they receive a scholarship based on being one of the top, I think if we have 13 abstract scholarships. So the top 13 abstracts, the ones that score the best and are chosen by the committee, they will get travel support. So scholarship is for the quality of the abstract. Travel award is purely about being a member and your
Yes.
activities as a member.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions at this point?
Sorry, I just wanted to add just one extra thing about what you just said. The abstract scholarship are only from low and middle income countries as well. Just so,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay. Thank you.
And yes, if you're not selected for the travel award, you still get a free registration. So if you can pay for your own travel and accommodation, you can come in person, or you can also get a virtual registration as well. So you can apply online if you can't travel to Bangkok. Any other final questions? Obviously, we're always here to answer your questions whenever you have them. But if there aren't any more questions, I think next slide, please. Just also more support around writing abstracts is the Community Impact Program. So hopefully some of you are aware of this already. This is our e-learning platform. So it's an online course around many different topics about hepatitis, around communications, around advocacy. And there's now a module about writing an abstract. So it'll give you lots of tips and learnings about writing a better abstract. So if you already have a login for the Community Impact Program, you can just use that, and you'll see a module there for writing an abstract. Or if you haven't signed up yet, you can go to worldhepatitisalliance.org, cip.e.learning, and you can sign up, and you can access that anytime for free on the Community Impact Program learning platform. So that's a little bit extra extra support as well. And I think if there's no other questions, we will give you 14 minutes back. It was a great pleasure to be with all of you today. So lovely to see you. And we're looking forward to a lot of fantastic abstracts and seeing many, many of you in Bangkok next year. So thank you all so much and see you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank
and
you very
evening.
much.